Good morning, everybody. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you. I got a question, man. It's your Uncle Steve, man. I got a question for you. You guys ever thought about what does it mean to be deported? What does it mean to be deported? Well, let's see. You're on your way to work this morning, going into a job that you kind of like. You know, you've been doing this job for, 15 years. You're looking forward to 5 years you'll be able to retire. Your house is halfway paid for. Your car halfway paid for. Your kids are at school. Your wife, she's got a little job too. Well, you pull up to a stop sign. You stop your car. And before you know it, you see lights in your rear view mirror. You see police lights. So you pull over to the side and you ask the officer, "What's going on, officer? Why'd you stop me?" The officer says, "Well, I need to check your license and registration, and also I need to see if you have a green card or anything of that nature." So you reach into your glove compartment, you get your proof of insurance and your registration, and you give it to the cop, and he goes back to his car, and he runs your name. And come to find out that you were here on a work visa, but you forgot to renew that visa. You forgot to dot all your I's and cross all your T's. And so now you're in danger of being deported. So the officer, they take you into custody. First thing that happens is you're put in handcuffs, you're put in their vehicle, and you're going to a holding center. Well, let's see. What happens to your job? Well, if you're not really solid in that job and, know people that's willing to look out for you, you just may lose that job. Because when it all boils down, a lot of times nobody really cares that you're deported. Nobody cares about what you're going through. They just know that this is what's going on. So you lose your job. What about that car you was driving? That pretty convertible? Yeah. That sucker gets towed and it's impounded. You're gonna lose your car. Good thing it's the middle of the month because, well, maybe I'll be out in time so I can go ahead on and keep my mortgage paid and, take care of my business and this not be such a bad thing. Well, guess what happens? You're in past the first of next month, which means all your bills are due, but you're locked up. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't pay your bills. You can't talk to anybody about it. It's just like it was never there. So you're losing your house, your kids, your wife. She continues to work. Your kids continue to go to school, but they miss their dad, man. And as much as you miss them, you know that you may never see him again. Wow. We see these people being deported and being handcuffed and dragged off. You gotta remember, these people have lives here. These people have lives here. So, it's not a pretty thing. It's not a pretty thing at all. And this is the thing, when people talk about these Somalians and, what they do, what they did, the fraud and all that kind of stuff. And basically a lot of what they're doing, of course, is the same thing that their white counterparts have been doing for years. It's the same thing that fearless leader is doing as far as family and enriching themselves, and it's the same thing. But the problem is, you got black skin. You talk a different language. You got brown skin. You talk a different language. You are using our tactics or their tactics to climb the ladder and to be like them. They don't like that. So, you're being deported, right? Put you on a plane and you're headed out and you feel like, well, I guess I'll go back to Somalia and start over. Well, guess what happens? They're not sending you to Somalia. They're sending you to Cuba. So you get off the plane in Cuba, a place where you've never been. You don't know a soul. You don't know your way around. You don't know the language or anything of that nature. Now you got to fend for yourself. And you got to survive against all odds. And still nobody cares. So, you're in a situation now where you need to survive at all odds. All the odds are against you. Nobody cares. You may live or die through this. You may live through this or you may die. Yeah. And it all goes back to driving to work that morning. If only you had taken that right turn at that stop sign. If only you had went the other way to go to work, then you wouldn't be in this mess. Well, that's what happens. Life's full of surprises. Some good, some bad, some ugly. But I guess we just have to deal with what's coming down the pipe. Try to trust God. Hopefully, we don't experience those things, but some people will. Try to clean house and help others. Let's try to be prayerful and hopeful that we don't get caught in this trap. That's all I got. Peace and blessings.